the peace of the Lord that surpasses all understanding. In the Bible, Jesus said, "In the world you have troubles, but I have overcame the world." So we read in the book of Psalm 100, it says, "Make a joyful noise to the Lord, all the earth. Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing. It is he that made us, and we are not ourselves. We are his people and sheep of his pasture. Enter his gate with thanksgiving and into his court with praise." It says that whenever you come to God, come to him with praise and thanksgiving. Why? Because, God uh, gives us everything we need. Everything we need, he has already provided for us. However, many times we do not see it because we have such a strong carnal mind. We cannot see God with a carnal mind because God is a spirit. And carnal mind is the mind of flesh. The mind of flesh only see what is in front of you, what your eyes can see, your ear can hear, and you can touch. That's all. It doesn't have any spiritual dimension. But because God is a spirit, we only can see God with our spiritual mind. So when we praise and worship before we come to God, then that helps us to develop a more spiritual, to be more spiritually minded. I have put this book together. You see this? It says, "Woman, Providential Faith Walkers of God History of Salvation." That's my painting. I did the painting, the cover design. I painted and put that together. This book is about the woman that God used in the biblical time, the Old and New Testament, to advance his kingdom. God has created Adam and Eve to bear godly seed. Means that when God created Adam and Eve, God wanted Adam and Eve to be his sons because God created him as his image. It says Adam and Eve were created, were formed after the image of God. So, when you look at yourself in a mirror, that's your image. So it means it's you. The same thing with Adam and Eve. If Adam and Eve will obey only one commandment that God gave them, they will become God in flesh upon the earth, and the they would be ruler over the earth, and not just subjugate the earth, but also the angelic realm. However, because Adam and Eve did not listen to the word of God, but instead they listened to the word of enemy Satan, they fell from grace. When in the book of Genesis, God told them, "From the fruit of the tree of the knowledge and good and evil thou shalt not eat. The day that you eat of it, you shall surely die." There were two trees in the Garden of Eden. We know that in the uh, book of Revelation, Jesus is being referred to as a tree of life, right? Olive tree. Uh, Olive tree. He's an olive tree. He's a tree of life. The same way in the book of Genesis, Adam was referred to as a tree of life. And the tree of the knowledge of good and evil also was a reference to Eve. But here, do you see this? Do you see this image? So the tree of a knowledge of good and evil, which you refer to, had fruits, and that fruit was actually a symbol of love, because the tree of a knowledge of good and evil was a symbol of Eve. So God wanted them not to experience love until they are ready for it. Satan's love is very selfish and self-centered, but God's love is pure, unblemished, and selfless, like Jesus' love. So God wanted Adam and Eve to grow, like Adam grow on his own towards God, and then Eve grow vertically, and they embody the quality of God's true love, and until God will give them into a holy matrimony. Because God created the institution of marriage and God created sex, so God wanted the sex between man and wife to be unblemished and pure. But Adam and Eve chose different paths. So the seed of Adam was corrupted, and Satan used Eve to bring children with original sin to this world. And this book talks about how God redeemed and restored that, how God used the woman in the Bible to bring about restoration and redemption until Mother Mary come about. If you would like to order this book, feel free to give me a call. My number, and also in the back is my biography. I'm an ordained Christian clergy, a missionary, and I have been for many, many years traveling, teaching, evangelizing the Word of God. My number is 702-340-173. Feel free to call me and order the book. God bless you, and looking forward to seeing you.